you get someone's attention? How do you make people hear you in a loud room, see you in a crowded space? What makes someone stand out? What drives you to follow another person? Is it their style, their charm, their sense of humor, maybe? Perhaps the way they carry themselves? Or maybe it's the mark that a person leaves on you that makes you wonder. Maybe it's their stain. My name is, and I run Oak Summit Floorstains. As a media studies major with a degree in psychology, human behavior is a major topic of interest for me. In an effort to learn more about what makes people tick, about 3 weeks ago I set out on a quest to answer a question that has plagued me for quite some time now. Can you really get people to buy into anything? Well, we're about to find out. The objective was simple: get as many people as possible invested in something typically uninteresting. So, naturally, I turned to the first place most will go when looking for a platform: social media, and thus, Oak Summit Floorstains was born. Before I can post, however, I have to come up with a plan. To do that, I need to keep in mind the 3 keys to social media success. 1. Know your audience. Being aware of exactly who you're trying to appeal to is crucial. You can use information about your audience to shape your voice. In the case of Oak Summit Floorstains, my targeted audience is the Arcadia student body. Knowing that, I must ask myself, what is the Arcadia student body interested in? Mystery. 2. Develop your voice. Sometimes it's not the subject matter itself that draws a viewer in, but rather the personality behind it. What is Oak Summit Floorstains' voice? Knowing my audience is interested in mystery, I decided to go with a somewhat ominous and foreboding tone. I make heavy use of ellipses, describe the stains with odd verbiage, and leave the post open-ended. Am I pro stains? Against? People will see the posts, wonder why, follow out of curiosity, and stay for the intrigue. 3. Make a schedule. The key to algorithmic success is consistency. The more consistently you post, the more likely it is for your post to make it to the top of people's feeds. The easiest way to stay consistent with posting is to make a schedule. When making my schedule, I determine how often I wanted to post, what kind of post they'll be, and even the times of day I wanted to post. You should consider the viewer here, too. When are they most likely to be online? Since my intended audience is college students, I chose to post twice a day. Once at 9 a.m., when people are likely checking socials before starting their days, and once at 4 p.m., when people are finishing up with classes and opening Instagram for a quick brain break. With a foolproof plan in place, an account created, and weeks' worth of content secured, there was only one thing left to do: spread the word. You may be thinking, how do I do that? Enter the 2-step flow. What is the 2-step flow? The 2-step flow is a model of communication that suggests that most people form their opinions under the influence of opinion leaders, or peers who they respect and trust the judgment of. In a 2-step flow model of communication, the best way to spread your message is not by spreading it to each individual, but rather by spreading it only to select individuals in a given group, relying on them to spread said message to the rest of the group. Applying this theory to social media, I started doing just that. I looked up every Arcadia sports team, club, and organization I could find a public Instagram for and followed 3 to 5 people who actively engage with each respective account, assuming that they must be involved with said groups. I entrusted that these people would spread the rumor of Oak Summit Floorstains to their friends on these teams and in these clubs, who would then in turn follow the accounts themselves out of curiosity. And I was right. The account was an immediate success. The first post piqued the interest of many, garnering comments such as, "Bro, what is this? I'm scared," and "kinda invested, kinda grossed out." And things only continued up from there. After only 4 days, the account was at 80 followers and engagement was better than ever. People were voting on the polls, liking the posts, theorizing about the stains in the comments. I got a lot of love.
Please, one chance, please. Please, I beg of you, please.
And even some hate. People were, as I'd hoped, buying into it. But it's not enough for me, for I know the experiment has not yet reached its peak. I want to take this all the way to the top. And not just any top. The top of the... With this experiment, I hope to answer 2 questions. 1. Can social media engagement be translated into real life? 2. Do college students have self-governance? For this experiment, I made a post on the Oak Summit Floorstains Instagram inviting the general public to come form a human pyramid in front of Gray's Tower Castle on Tuesday, November 12th at 1 p.m. I offered pizza to anyone who RSVP'd, as both an incentive to come to the event and proof that I'm serious about this pyramid. What I didn't say is that there will be no one there to lead the activity. I had one of my friends hang around to keep an eye on the cameras, but he was instructed to offer no explanation or advice to the people there for the pyramid other than reassurance that the pizza would come once the pyramid was complete. I wanted to see if the complete strangers could work together to complete a task without guidance. Would someone step up and take charge? Would they strategize on how to build the pyramid? Would they simply walk away? Here's how it went. The time is 1:05 and our suspects are gathered. After being told they've received pizza after completing the pyramid, the group makes their way to position. The dialogue is hard to discern, but the group appears to be separating themselves into sections. A moment later, and the foundation is being laid. And then, before you know it, they've done it. They've built the school's first human pyramid right there in front of the castle. I shed a tear as I watched from the car, waiting to bring them the pizza. As they descended from the pyramid, I surprised them all by bringing the pizza dressed as none other than the Arcadia Easter Bunny. The group takes the pizza inside, where they'll likely reflect on their experience, and the experiment is a total success. After the success of the pyramid, things were only up from there. The account soared to 120 followers, and the people were more involved than ever. I ran with this, announcing a second event, inviting people to hold hands on Haber Green, which was met with overwhelming support. It was working. It was all working. But for some reason, I still find myself unsatisfied. Now that I've discovered that people really will buy into anything, I can't help but wonder why. Why did anyone follow this account in the first place? Why do people comment on these posts and vote in these polls and show up to these events? For a long time, I wasn't sure, and it wasn't until I was on Haber Green, holding hands with a bunch of strangers, when one of the participants said,
I love Arcadia!
that it finally hit me. It's all about the community. Humans are social creatures. It's in our DNA to seek out others, to seek out groups, to want to be a part of something, and that's how phenomena like oaksummitfloorstains come to be. While the account may have at first gained attention out of curiosity, it stayed relevant because of the community. People find joy in having shared experiences, even if the experience is looking at pictures of stains on Instagram. People come to the events because they want to be involved in something. Especially in times like these, people find solace in silliness. That's why strangers build a human pyramid together in front of the castle. That's why they spin around holding hands on the green. Not because of a deep-rooted passion for pyramids or holding hands or stains. Not because they've been brainwashed and convinced to come to this, but because it presents an opportunity to find belonging in a place where community is the name of the game. A college campus,